Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and this is a bit of a curious lock actually. This is an ABUS Silver Rock. Not a lock I've seen on sale here in the UK at all. In fact, I commented on that fact on Red Cat Imaging's channel, and Foxy actually sent me this lock, which is really, really nice of him. Although he did it months and months back, I just haven't got around to filming it. Yeah, the Silver Rock, very cool name, but not really like the actual ABUS Rock that you may know. It's a 5 out of 10 security level. It's the model 540, and it says that it is a solid lock body made from high quality zinc alloy, shackle hardened and double bolted, which I just think means it's got a double locking sprung pull. What's interesting about this lock is you can, with, I'll be honest, some difficulty, repin this lock, or at least gut it and see what actually lies inside. So before we do that, of course, we have to pick it, and reassembling this is almost as awful as gutting it. So let's have a go at picking it. Oh, before we do, let's have a look at the key. As ever, it's a 5-pin ABUS lock, but it has pretty good bitting. Some mediums either side with a very low cut number 2, very high cut number 5. Works as you'd expect. You can see the sprung pull down there. You'll also notice a small pin just there, down in the shackle hole, and that is actually in well, it's almost like a pin chamber 6, but it's actually a sprung pin, which keeps the Bible and core inside the lock. Kind of cool. Right, so yeah, back to picking it. Little piece of bent wiper blade in the top of the keyway. It's a small keyway, this, so you don't have a lot of room to be messing around with tension tools. This actually looks like a 07B Southwold Max, but it's actually a ball rake I ground down to a hook. It's very much like the 07B though, so there we go. So pin 3, little click, minor false set, pin 1. Oh, a deeper false set there. Going in, see what else I can find at the back. Pin 4. Be very careful on it. There we go. Which means I might have dropped a pin. Let's have a feel around. Not quite picked yet. Is it pin 6? Yeah, it's pin 6. I can feel now. Binding. And we are open. Look at that. Lovely. Now, gutting this. I've started to speed up a lot of my guttings on camera, purely because, you know, it's not that fascinating to watch, I guess. But sometimes when there's something worth watching, it's worth just slowing it down a bit. You can have a look at the core there. I don't know why it's got 5A ZJ on it. What any of this really means. It says it's a 23D, what was it? D58292 Veta? No idea what that means. Anyway, let's have a go. So, gutting this can be tricky. There's a little pin inside which I need to depress, and then you sort of need to push the core out, and then all hell breaks loose. So, let's give this a bit of a go. Here's a little broken precision screwdriver. So, just wiggle that onto the pin. And then I'm going to insert the key down at the bottom. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try and just pull the core out a wee bit as I push that pin down. Can be hard to get onto that little pin. Come on. There, got it. Right. Turn the key a bit. This is where it gets all fiddly. So that pin stays depressed, and then gently push on the back. There we go. And what we can see here is two things. One, this little locking pull here has sprung out. So that shows that the actuator's moved out from where that locking pull engages with it. And then we can see that the Bible is sort of free, and I'm just going to gently turn the lock this way round because the pins are at the top, and what they're going to do now is they're all going to tried to spill out. So, also, in the Bible, which is separate to the core, the springs have nowhere to go either. So, well, you'll see. So if I just put my finger here, and you already see a spring appear. So we're just going to pull that out and put that here as pin 1. And I might as well gut it as I go, really, because it might just be easier to do it that way. So there's the driver pin, and here's the key pin. And then we'll just go along like that. I think with this lock, it's just easier to sort of gut as you go. So there's the next key pin, which means I've got a driver pin, spring there as well. Spring, driver, key pin. Rinse and repeat. Onto pin 4 now, and yeah, getting this back together isn't amazingly easy either, but I have found a way to do it, which is, you know, it's okay. There's a driver pin, so nice ABUS style spools there. Last key driver pin combo in position 5, another nice ABUS spool. Check that key pin out. A nice small one, that was pin 5, the high cut on the key. Had to set that quite high. Now, the next thing to come out is the spring. It's a powerful spring here. There we go. And that's what holds it all together. And you'll see that it looks like it's in pin chamber 6. Pin chamber 6 actually has a pin which you can't move, which actually does two things. It actually engages with the core so it can't come out, and actually limits its rotation as it turns in the lock, which is kind of cool. So it's like a floating Bible. Nothing special about it, particularly nothing drilled or milled. So there we go. In terms of the pins then, let's have a little look. And you can see that we have all standard key pins. Here we go, all standard key pins. But the drivers are very typically ABUS, a lightly serrated driver pin in pin position 1, and all the rest of these nice ABUS spools, which give really good feedback, I have to say. Now, I'm not going to reassemble the whole lock, because that just might be a bit dull, but it is worth showing you that these locking pulls here are actually rotated completely the wrong way around in the lock now. And actually what you need to do is you need to sort those out first, so that you can make sure it's right. So it's actually, yeah, I've got to get that just right. Okay, so once they are aligned properly inside the lock, and you've got to make sure that they are by poking around, then you need to retract the locking pull out of the way, so that you can actually get the actuator back inside. And the way that I found to do that is a combination of holding it back with a screwdriver, which is easier said than done. There we go, got it. Up. Try it one more time. It's a bit of a pain to do, but it's very, very important. Oh, looks like the little plug which holds the locking pull in has just fallen out. I wasn't expecting that at all. How interesting. I've never had that happen before. How strange. Okay, but the idea is that that's actually really thrown me. The idea is once you have retracted the locking pull back like that, then it's to get a hex key in there like that, and then you can rotate them properly around to where they should be on the inside. There we go, got it. That's really strange. I wonder what actually fell out for a minute then. That is so odd. Yeah, well, I'm going to have to like push that back out in a minute and then align it so all the brushing remains the same. Otherwise it's going to drive me absolutely mad. But there you go. So that's how then you can reassemble all of this and push it back inside the lock, which I'll do off camera because I don't think anybody wants to see that. Well, thank you for watching that. That's the really quite amazing little silver rock. What a pain to gut, but certainly worth exploring. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you all next time.